Hi everyone, it's Paul from Solace and Stuff. I'm just going to do a first wet shave with not only the new Gillette King C double edge razor. I'm going to do my first wet shave with any double edge razor, so this could be interesting. If you've watched any of my other videos, I have done a couple of sort of semi-wet shaves with a Chevette, Parker 31R Chevette. And just as a quick background, I have had previously a fairly reasonable beard, not of any massive length, but this is going to be the first time in, it's like, I don't know, 4-5 maybe even years that I've gone without a beard completely, so it's going to be quite weird for me to see that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to miss the Chevette for all the edging and the trimming up. That would have been coming up for me this week on Sunday. I try and do my hair every Sunday now, just give it a quick going over because I find it easier to just keep on top of it than have to do a brand new cut each time. That's something I'm also kind of learning, obviously because of COVID and the lockdown. So yeah, I'm gonna try out the new razor, see how many times I cut myself from a novice point of view, whether it's easy to do, not easy to do. You'll see on my neck I've still got a little mark from where I cut myself with the Chevette the other day during the quick video that I was doing then. Managed to catch myself. It's semi-healed. I might just go a little bit careful around that area, and that is actually the worst cut that I've had. It looks worse on the camera than it is, to be honest. It was just a little slice into the neck. Not an ideal place to do that, but okay, so I've also got a few extra little new bits I wanted to try out as well. So I think everything that I'm going to use today, apart from some of my pre and post shave items, is new, so I'll introduce you to them all. I've tried to do it all on a fairly reasonable budget as well. None of my equipment has been particularly expensive so far individually. I've ended up spending quite a lot on little bits and pieces over the last month and a half or so of getting into this. But I've purposely tried to not go for really expensive items, just so that it's in reach of maybe more of us that are novices than some of the more expensive models that are talked about on YouTube and on the internet. Hopefully one day I'll get into it enough to warrant spending 80 plus quid on a double edge razor. But this one looks particularly nice, I have to say. So I purchased this from direct from the Gillette website. I'm based in the UK. The Gillette website have got these on sale for £20, and they come with a pack of 5 King C Gillette blades. They also, when I was floating through the website, I noticed that they do a pack as well, which is the Gillette razor and a further box of 10 double edge King C razor blades, which I think were something like £5 for the pack individually. And then they've also included a tube of transparent shave gel from the King C range as well. That I think on there individually was something like £7.99 or £8 or something. So for the 3 items, they're selling those for £23 and 7p, I think it was. A bit of a random number. But for £3 and 7p for an extra 10 blades and a tube of transparent gel, didn't think it was bad shout. Just for the blades, if nothing else. The transparent gel, I probably won't be using that on my face. I do a little bit of body grooming in the shower, and actually that might be a really good option for me to use that at the moment. I've just been using shampoo or a bit of body wash to foam it up with a bit of pre-shave oil, and that's been fine for me. But yeah, it might be nice to try that. I'll give that a go sometime. Right, so I've got the razor out of the packet. This is, I'm sure you've already seen many videos on it if you're looking at the King C Gillette. There's been a lot of discussion around the shape of the head. You can see that very well on my camera. And the location that it's been produced from. I'm not going to get into discussions around that. I'm a novice. I can completely understand there being concern that production has moved from one country to another, making it maybe not a real Gillette model. From again a novice point of view, I'm just looking for something fairly cheap that's substantial, that's not going to cut my face to pieces, and isn't going to fall apart within a few months. I have to say I've not got anything to compare it to, but the feel of this razor is very good. It is really heavy. I compared it the other day on my video to a full, what is this, a 150ml carton tube, whatever, of shave gel that's full. I've not used it, compared to a razor. So to give you a kind of a balanced idea, if you've got anything similar at home, that you can get a feel for it. I don't think there's much difference now. I haven't weighed them still. I meant to do that before the video. I haven't got around to it. But I don't think there's massive difference between the two. Most of the weight is in the handle. It's a 3-piece razor, and screws from the head, and then 2 plates come apart. Blade goes in the middle and screws back together again. On the top of the razor, I don't know what part that is you call it, top cap or something, there is a King C emblem logo on there. I don't know whether that's said in the last video. I'm not sure whether that's a new emblem or whether it's the original classic kind of emblem that they've used in the past. So I can't comment on that. But it does look nice. It looks lovely. The knurling on the handle as well. There's been a couple of comments that I've seen, I'm sure there's many more, made of the angle of the knurling. It'll focus. This is just on my phone. Apologies everyone for this quality. It's not going to pick it up. Essentially, there's I use the description of the helter-skelter pattern, knurling pattern that goes all the way around. The suggestion is that for right-hand users, it's perfect. The knurling just naturally sits so that it's almost horizontal to your thumb, therefore hopefully giving it a fair amount of grip when you're pushing against it. For leftists, the opposite is true, so the angle of the knurling is this way, and it kind of suggests that if you put any pressure on it, it's going to, or if you get it slippery with soap and water, it's quite easy to have a sort of a screw-in effect where the handle disappears into your hand. I'm right-handed, so hopefully I'm not going to have that issue. I'm going to give this a go. I'm pleased with it. Again, I've got nothing to compare it to. I was going to look at, or I was looking at Merkur 34C, I think it's called. That seemed to be the go-to model that everybody was suggesting to start out with, amongst a couple of other ones as well. But when the Gillette was there for 20 quid, the Merkur was £37, I think, on Amazon. Probably get it cheaper somewhere else, possibly. But yeah, nearly half the price. I thought, well, it's my first try. I might not like wet shaving it all off. So I might just go back to growing a beard and needing the edging tool of a Chevette instead. We will see. Okay, so other goodies. I have been using up until now, I'll carry on using it, but just the plain Arco soaps. This has been absolutely fine for me. I've said before in the other videos, I haven't found it's foamed particularly well for me, but I don't know whether that's the brush that I was using or the fact that I wasn't actually bothering with a bowl. I decided it's not unscented, so as nice as that is, I just figured it would be quite nice to actually have a bit of a smell to it. I bought a couple of them. One of them I'm not particularly keen on. I'm considering actually sending it back if I can be a bit cheeky, because I don't think I'll ever use it. I'll come back to that another time. But the one I'm going to use today is Taylor of Old Bond Street, which seems to be quite a well-known brand. And I've gone for the Coconut Luxury Shaving Cream. It's quite a big pot. It's bigger than my Arco soap, but it is a cream rather than a soap. Yeah, it looks a bit funky at the moment, but it certainly smells of coconut, and it actually smells very nice. I've got the non-scented. The other one that I went for was more of a sort of a heavier smell. I don't want to say musky smell. Like, it's not a musky smell. But like I said, I don't really like it. I think I'd prefer something like the sandalwood versions. This one in particular is Lemmy and Ginseng, which I thought would be quite refreshing, but it's not. It's almost got an aftershave smell to it, and I'm not keen on that aftershave smell. It lingers too long for me as well. Made my brush smell and everything. Others probably love it, and the reviews it got was really good, which is why I bought it. Not for me though. Right, I just bought because I didn't have a bowl, I've been using a bowl from downstairs in the kitchen up until now, if I've ever actually just wanted to have a go at fizzing it up, but I've just bought a cheapy $3.99 enamel bowl off of Amazon, cheapest thing I could find. Looks fine. I know it's not got the knurls in the bottom, but hopefully I'll be able to get a bit of a whiz on. Now this is my kind of most expensive purchase in this, other than the razor itself. But I have been using Shave Factory Omega brush, also off of Amazon. It's a ball brush, I believe, rather than Badger. It's been nice. It's nice and soft. It's quite firm. It's quite a sort of a longish knot, I think they call them, in comparison to the one that I just bought. And it's certainly a lot firmer than the one that I've just bought, but that is a synthetic one. Now I bought the Arco soap and the Omega brush together, and that cost me a total of $9.99 off of Amazon, which I think is really good value. Again, I've got nothing to compare it to, but it's done the job perfectly for me so far, and the small amounts of shaving that I've been doing, just to line my neck and the beard line. So I will continue to use those. They've been really, really good. Okay, so shaving cream, bowl, the final, I didn't show the brush. So yeah, it's a Yaqi, I think it's pronounced, brush, number 24. And it was the last one on Amazon in this colour, and I loved it. It is a nice blue. There was a name for I think it was something like tuxedo or something like that, for the colouring on the actual brush itself. And it's got kind of an ivory, off-white, cream band around the middle there. And I have to say, my kids were playing with this earlier on, so it's probably filthy already, but it is, in comparison to the ball brush, it's so smooth. It's more like, obviously I haven't used one, but more like the girlfriend's kind of makeup brushes. It's that sort of smoothness, that softness. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing to get the foaming going. I'll be interested to try it out with the Arco soap in comparison to the Omega. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that, show the difference in foaming. Anyway, so that's that. Looking forward to using that. I'm just going to... I did run some hot water, but it's gone cold. So excuse the noise of the tap going from it. I did also buy a few different sort of very cheap aftershaves. I'm not an aftershave person. I used to be when I was younger. I just hate the lingering smell of it all the time, to be honest. There were a few favourites of mine now. I used to like Aqua di Gio, Yaqi, and Carolina Herrera, I think it is, 212. They were sort of three of my go-tos, and I managed to, it was just coincidence actually, but I was looking around on Amazon again. I should say that most of this stuff is Amazon purchases. Amazon takes a lot of my money, that's for sure. But I managed to find some cheapy, they're £5 each roughly. Some were slightly cheaper, some were slightly more. Versions of each of those, and I've received those through today. I put the Aqua di Gio one on today. Initially it smells, it's definitely not the same. It smells quite strong and alcoholic and almost kind of like a, I want to say like a hairspray sort of in your face smell, if you know what I mean, sweet and sickly. Kind of burns the nose a little bit. After 10 minutes of it being on, it was lovely. I just kept getting wafts every now and again, and it did bring back memories of me using the Aqua di Gio. So I'll definitely keep using that one, and I'll try the others out. Maybe I'll give you an update on those. But the one I'm going to use today is one called Blue Stratos. It's an eau de toilette, not eau de toilette. And again, that was like £5.39 or something off of Amazon. There is folks in there. There you go. It's only a fairly small bottle, it's a 100ml bottle. I did put some on earlier on. Again, it was quite strong to begin with, but it really did get a bit more subtle. I don't know whether this is going to have the same effect as a full-on aftershave, which I've been using, in terms of the burn, so it'd be interesting to see how we cope with that. So I shall use that as well. Okay, I better go on with the shave because this is going to take me forever as well. This is going to be a long video, I'm afraid, sorry. Especially when I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got a bowl or a big cup of hot water. I'm just going to plug my brush in there, let it soak for a bit. Excuse me. In the meantime, I haven't had a shower tonight. It's actually 1:30 in the morning. I've not long finished getting the kids down firstly, but then just finishing off with some work I had to do for my job tomorrow. So it's quite a late night. I'm not going to go and get a shower now and do all the prep properly on the face and get it all nice and hot and soft. But what I am going to do, if I can find it, is use a flannel. Let's use a flannel with some really hot water just to pop on the face. Open the pores up, soften the bristles a little bit, as they say. It's a weird feeling being a novice at something, because you kind of feel like you know what you're talking about, but kind of feel bad making it seem like you know what you're talking about as well. I understand the principles, but I don't feel like I've been doing it long enough to talk like I know what I'm on about. I should say thank you as well, by the way. These are my first ever attempts at anything on YouTube, and I do appreciate the few people that have watched it and actually have commented as well. I was not expecting that. I thought this was just going to be a showcase for me and sort of a trip down memory lane with some other projects that I'm going to do. Not just about shaving, but other bits and pieces as well. So thank you for watching. Right, I have some Somerset's pre-shave oil, which I used the other day for the first time as well with the Chevette, and I have to say I normally, typically I've cut myself there now instead, but normally I find that I get a really red rash either side of my neck. I know it must be particularly sensitive or something, and I didn't get that at all last time using this, which was really good, really good for that. I'm just going to make sure it's a little bit damp. Instructions say 3 little drops, and whatever comes out will do. Oh, I was saying about the smell of this as well, I forgot that. Oh, it's amazing. Really like it. I don't know whether anybody can remember them, but my mum used to have, I was trying to think what it was that it reminded me of. My mum used to have these toothpicks, little wooden toothpicks in a pack, like you know, disposable packs of matches you used to get to tear them off. They just smell like that. Remind me of my childhood, actually. It's amazing how smells can evoke different memories. But yeah, really good, really nice smell. It's kind of menthol, it's tingly, it's just makes you feel refreshed. It actually stings your eyes a little bit, so if I start crying it'll be it's because of the oil, not because of my poor performance in a video. I should also say, sorry, I'm going to use some Proraso green pre-shave as well. Start with the green lid. I've loved this stuff. The smell of it is amazing. I could quite happily use this as just an aftershave or something. I love it. It's definitely been my most used product so far, that's for sure. And I will definitely continue using this one. That was only cheap as well. And most of this stuff, if you really want to get into it, like I did, I was trying to do it on a budget because I don't have the money at the moment anyway. There's a lot going on project-wise. I've got a new car that I need to, well, not a new car, but a different car that I need to purchase. So everything's a bit expensive this month. Gardening, doing 2 garden projects. So I just wanted something really cheap. Hence I went for the Gillette, which was 13 quid. I bought that Omega brush and the Arco soap for a tenner. For the 2, I bought some Astra blades, which came with an Arco stick, soap stick, which I haven't used yet. I don't think that was much over like 7 or 8 quid or something as well together. And that was me. I did buy a few other bits shortly afterwards, but that was plenty to get me going. And again, for just the lining that I was doing, it was more about the process that I enjoy. After getting dirty out in the garden, it was nice to come in and just have a bit of a tidy up, make yourself feel like human again, and go from there. Anyway, I'm chatting again. Right, so the brush has been soaking. Feels lovely. It's so soft though. It really is going to be interesting to see the difference between the Omega brush, the ball brush, and the synthetic brush. Now, I've not used a cream before either, so with the soap I'd give it a good swirl around. I'm not sure how this is going to behave. No, it's similar, it's still quite firm. So, alright, it's definitely looking a lot foamier, or there's more liquid coming out of it than with the Arco soap did for such a short space of time. Just got area. I'm just going into my cheapy bowl, as they say. You'll see. Put that out over there. That's way more foam already for just such a short space of time than I've been getting with the Arco and the Omega brush. Again, I think I've tried a bowl with the brush and the soap just once, so I don't know whether I just got it wrong or what, but so far it's looking good. the blade in the razor. Probably stick all that on. So this is the little 5-pack King C blades that came with the Gillette King C double edge razor. I have to remember not to snap them in half because I've previously been using the Gillette, which is a single edge. So I've got the pack of double edge blades, but I've been snapping them in half each time. So that's a nice looking little blade, if that's such a thing. Obviously handling them as well. Again, I don't think my camera's going to pick this up, but there is actually some inscriptions on there. King C Gillette at the top, fine grooming since 1901 on the bottom. I'm sure that makes all the difference to the performance. Now, the reviews I've been watching have been saying that this blade is a mild blade. Honestly, not 100% sure what that means, other than I'm hoping it's not too rough and ready to go, rough and eager on me. So I've popped the blade in. I've also heard that there is obviously a little bit of overhang on the blade each side, which there is. You can just see that. It's only a tiny bit, but I guess if you go around your nose, that might catch you out at some point. I'm just going to drop that in my hot water as well, just to soak it a little bit, get a bit of temperature in the blade. Got fluff on me or something. Got a bit dry now, I'm talking so long. That pre-shave in the oil though, that's amazing. It's still really slippery as soon as you add a bit of water into it. Right. Here goes nothing. That's proper foamy compared to what I've had. I'm about to work hard to get half of that in my face. That didn't work. I've seen in other videos they tell you to pinch the that bit on my neck is quite sore. I'm going to struggle with that, I think. Yeah, pinch the knot together to go around your lip. That made it worse. I just painted out my nose as well now. I'm trying to do this in the screen on my phone. It's not the easiest thing to see. I might have to switch to a mirror in a minute when I actually start shaving. Kind of dreading it. I'm excited, but I don't know why. Why I'm worried. I'm sure the amount of cuts I get in a minute will prove why. Okay. I might just dry my hands a bit. I don't want to slip in. Okay, it goes. Wish me luck. It's coming up to that bit that I cut the other day. Let's see how that fares. Well, I have to say, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm pretty impressed with that. So I've just realised I've covered the... I will get better at this video, I promise. Well, so far, where you can see that is smooth. I quite have, I mean, it's not a massive growth, but it's more than a few days worth, that's for sure. I know, it's just first pass, taking it right down. Quite a still bit, but that way. Wow. Again, I don't want to speak too soon because I'll try and do it on the phone. If you've watched my other videos, you've noticed in this one probably that I shake my head quite a lot, which isn't the best thing when you're trying to learn how to use a blade on your face. Got a tic that I've pretty much had since I can remember as a kid. Growing up, just something that I'm sure I'll always have. When I get tired, which, because it's so late now, I don't early start as well. It's going to get worse and worse. Guys, I'm sorry this video is so long. Should have done a separate chatty bit and then just a shave bit separately. Well, if by mild people meant it was very smooth and not aggressive, not like I expected, again I'm sure I'll cut myself before the end of it, but so hard to see what I'm doing in this little phone screen. I'm going to do many more of these. I think I need to get a better setup. So I've currently got my phone propped up on a tool vase with another small vase on top of that, with some Carex soap propped up in that's holding my phone up straight. Very technical stuff. Okay. That's not too bad for a first. Sorry, doing it again. yeah, for the first attempt when I can't see what I'm doing. I didn't realise quite how, until I started looking into this, how big a following that wet shaves had. Amazing. I can understand why though. It's a relaxing pastime. Said in one video actually, and it's new to me at the moment. I'm quite I change my mind quite a lot on stuff. But I get like I'm in a bit of a wet shave, like I am like I would do. Okay, a quick rinse off. Take it all off. Just get some of the soap off. The hair off. Oh, that's weird seeing me barefaced. That's going to take some getting used to. Right then. I've managed to God, that brush is amazing. I don't know whether it's the soap or the brush or mixture. Loads of it though. Sorry, yeah. I'm going on to the second pass for the first time. I've managed not to cut myself on the first. Let's see how it goes on the second. I'm so messy for this. It's having people watching. I'm doing it on my own. With the Gillette. Absolutely fine. Right, so I understand you're going to try and go sideways. I really need a better mirror. I'll try and do it like this. Apologies if I block out the camera of the view again. This is going to be tricky. It'd be interesting to hear from some of you. One thing I was a little bit worried about is, obviously with having a shave, generally used to get ingrowing hairs quite a lot. I just wondered, because I've been so used to having a beard, or stubble I should say, some growth, whether I'm likely to end up with a load of ingrowing hairs now. Tell you what, you can definitely get quite cocky and carried away with this, and then suddenly it'll just bite and remind you that it is a bare blade. I've got to get faster at this, right? Be tomorrow morning. Start shaking the head, that'd help. I am impressed. I really am. I'm sure you'll be watching me, I think, showing at the screen, you're doing it wrong. Angle of the blade's wrong. Look at that. Mm. I'm not going to do a third upwards pass on my first attempt. Checking it out. No, I think it's I'm more, like I said, a bit concerned of having loads of ingrown hairs to begin with. Just see how my skin takes it first. And a complete mess for work. Oh, so the Adam's apple, I saw somebody say the other day, if you swallow and hold it, the apple goes out of the way. Bit uncomfortable. I'll try it. Ah, that's fine. That's good. Okay, I think I'm gonna rinse and see how we go from there. It's hot. Sorry guys, my phone keeps filling up with storage. Well, that's my first attempt. I'll look in the mirror, sorry I can't see in the phone. I have to say, that's not too bad. I've got a few bits missed. Got a bit of stinging on that. Is that normal? Or just me? Okay. Final go. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, that last pass was way easier. I suppose I had quite a lot of fur on my face there. It did well taking it all off. I'm mighty impressed I haven't managed to cut myself. Right. Thank you for watching that painful experience. I'm sorry that was ridiculously amount of time. Whoa. Okay, so now just cool off with some cold water, close the pores. I'm impressed though, from not knowing what to expect. And again, there was quite a lot of growth on there. So for a novice to be able to manage that without cutting himself as well, I'm pleased. Right, I'm just going in with the Proraso green pre-shave again as well, just as post-shave. Yeah, I can feel I'm going to have some burning with the aftershave there, so I'll tell you. That's going to be interesting. I will look like a beetroot with loads of spots on tomorrow, I'm sure. Skin's quite sensitive, so it's going to be a test. Right, aftershave. Okay, I'm just going to spray this on and go for it. It's not as bad as I was expecting actually. There is a burn, definite burn, but it's not. Oh. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm just going to finish up. I didn't mention this at the start, but one of the first things I bought also was, took a little while to come, but was Bart's Aftershave Balm. Again, I'm funny with smells. I wasn't that keen on it to begin with, but I have to say it's definitely a grower. I mean, it's been nice so far on the shaves that I've done. So I'm just trying to dry this off a little bit before I put it on. Quite wet. So I've just been putting one little squirt on. Tapping the face. So I'm just going to let that does smell nice. I'm just going to let all this dry off, and then I'll just go through my normal routine face cream. And that is me done for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I would ask a novice again, if you're wanting to get into wet shaving, or if you're already into it, just wondering what, I don't know why you would, but wondering what my view of it is as a novice, then I personally am really impressed with that. I'm really pleased. Very strange seeing me, like I said, without any fur on the face. I'm sure it'll come and go. I like a beard, so it'll be backwards and forwards, I'm sure. It's nice to know I can do it. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you again soon. Take care.